With the Raiders firing Antonio Pierce on Tuesday, there are 6 open head coaching positions in the NFL. Today we're going to make predictions for every single one of them. Starting with the Saints, who often like to bring in a familiar face, and I think they go down a similar route once again with Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn. He was the DC in New Orleans from 2016 to 2020 and played there in the late 2000s. The Raiders was the most recent job to open up, and I think it gets filled by a former head coach from the Atlanta Falcons and current Pittsburgh Steelers offensive coordinator Arthur Smith. Really great tenure in Pittsburgh this year as their OC with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. I saw the Jaguars requested Robert Saleh for an interview, and I think the former Jets head coach would be a great fit in Jacksonville. They need a culture builder, and that's him to a T. I think he was just thwarted in New York. I think the Jets want to get back to an offensive-minded coach this year, and I think they'll do it with Bobby Slowick, current Texans offensive coordinator, who they've called in for an interview, who's a very hot name in the coaching cycle last year, but ended up returning to the Texans. The big prize this coaching cycle, though, is once again Ben Johnson. He was a huge name last year, but ended up returning to Detroit like Bobby Slowick in Houston. But this time, I think he ends up in Chicago. It's the most desirable destination this year, and I think he wants to work with Caleb Williams. Last but not least, I think Mike Vrabel takes the job in New England. This is something I predicted last year, so maybe not a huge surprise considering everyone else is also predicting it, but I think it's honestly what the Patriots wanted to do last year when the Titans fired him, but the plan to hire Gerard Mayo was just already in place.